So yeah, this is called, Let Us Strive for Sight. Here and now, indeed among us, Rosa Parks is taking her seat at the front of the bus. Every day, in subtle ways. Time is an illusion, a self-perpetuating fusion of our insistent desire to reap some kind of sense from the past and the present and 100 years hence. All time is now, now is all time. The oak is the acorn, the punishment, the crime. We have this idea that we stand at the end of the world, that all of God's secrets have now been unfurled, for our daily bread is reasonably priced, and the iPhone is the second coming of Christ. But I see a teenager asking her grandmother in 40-odd years, "You mean people really opposed marriage for queers?" And what kind of silly moral contortions meant they sent women to England to have their abortions? And the grandmother will try to explain, but the girl will not understand, any more than you or I that a condom was once contraband, or a wife the property of her man. Of course, hindsight can only tell us where we've been, test what we know. It cannot tell us where to go. For that, let us strive for sight. Simple sight, neither fore nor hind, a sight that engages both heart and mind and seeks to see things as they truly are, that every man and every woman is a star divided for the chance of union and that holiest of communion to be loved. Loving, open and receiving, fearlessly joyful and never more grieving. For time is an illusion, an infinite revolution, where Dr. King's killer has not been apprehended. The fight for civil rights has never ended. Women, homosexuals and children, to name a few, do not share the rights borne by that most hallowed and revered of guiding lights, the white Western heterosexual male. Sink that oligarchic ship and in it all who sail. And by that, I mean those men who still refuse to see the privilege that has been granted thee, a privilege that can and should be used for the benefit of our sisters this very moment raped and abused, and for children forced to gorge on facts with heavy bags on crooked backs in a system of so-called education, nay, indoctrination, stultification, educare. The Latin root of education means a bringing forth, an invitation to that child's inner purest incarnation, that it may be brought to manifestation. It is not a series of dull orations with facts and wisdom now conflated, where if their will cannot be stilled, they'll be prescribed, medicated and sedated. Where's the respect? As adults, we feel that disconnect, which we learned in that archaic relic of the Industrial Revolution, education's final solution, a phalanx of penitential worker bees who now seek yoga and meditation that we might make some reparation with our bodies and minds so grossly mistreated. Black belt ninjas in the art of silencing that inner voice, in the deafening illusion of choice. 600,000 YouTube channels on an endless array of touchscreen panels. So many kindly souls to tell you what to think. Water, water everywhere and not a drop to drink. Histories endlessly revised in the dark realization that evolution will not be televised or even highly prized. There is a darkness in the heart of anyone who would not gift a child more than this. There is a darkness in the heart of anyone who would not gift themselves more than this. There can be a joy in education, so let us not suffer for want of willingness or imagination. When we take things as given and do not question, we pay the price for a lack of attention. This happens every day in subtle ways. In apathy, we survive when we could thrive. If we do not engage, others will steal the stage of our lives like a metaphysical night of the long knives. The triumph of evil requires only the silence of good men and women in the face of this violence. Here, and now, indeed, among us, Rosa Parks is taking her seat at the front of the bus every day in subtle ways. There are different names, different places, ages, sexualities, and races, but every day she asks you the same question. Do you choose love? Or, in choosing not, feed hate? And will you act now or dither and procrastinate? It is easy after the fact to hold the current common view and speak of equality when it is little cost to you. But what of that courageous few who kept their own counsel and without consultation knew that when our brothers and sisters are deplorably treated and forced to crawl, that doing nothing is no choice at all? Even the Prince of Peace was crucified. And for what? Are we not still petrified of love? Here and now, indeed among us, Governor Phoebus is stopping the coloured boys at the schoolhouse door every day in subtle ways. And every day he asks you the same question. Who are you? Who do you choose to be? The triumph of evil requires only the silence of good men and women in the face of this violence. All time is now. Now is all time. The oak is the acorn, the punishment, the crime. If we would choose of our own sovereign volition, if we would choose to take a position, then let us strive for sight. Simple sight, neither fore nor hind, a sight that engages both heart and mind and seeks to see things as they truly are, that every man and every woman is a star, divided for the chance of union, and that holiest of communion to be loved, loving, open and receiving, fearlessly joyful and never more grieving. Please hold these questions, weigh them consciously. Who am I? Who do I choose to be? And should you choose apathy, so mote it be. Should you choose empathy, so mote it be. Should you choose action, inaction, so mote it be. In neither will I stand in judgment of thee, for thou wilt have chosen from the seat of thy being, with sight in thy feet and heart in thy seeing, fearless in thy going and wise in thy knowing, that there is no grace, there is no guilt, there is one law. Do what thou wilt. Thank you.